said Wharton thoughtfully. Sometimes these scientists get nervous and upset because they're always watched so carefully, for security reasons, of course. They begin to dream of an ideal world, peace and freedom for everyone. They want to share their secrets and their work with all the world, for the good of humanity. That's exactly the moment when someone can persuade them to sell their secrets and betray their country. It would help if I knew more about Betterton, said Jessup, looking again at the papers on his desk. Not about his work, but about the little things. What made him laugh, the people he admired, or what made him angry. Can't his wife tell you that? Asked Wharton. She hasn't helped me much so far, said Jessup. She says she doesn't know anything about her husband's disappearance. She says she thinks he's been kidnapped. What's she like? She seems like a very ordinary woman, said Jessup. She's waiting to see me now. I'll ask her the same questions again and see if she can tell me anything new. Wharton nodded. It's the only way, he said. Let me know if you learn anything interesting. He left the room as Jessup picked up the phone and told his assistant to send in Mrs. Betterton. Mrs. Olive Betterton was a tall woman of about 27. The first thing you noticed about her was her beautiful red hair. Because her hair was so lovely, you didn't really notice what her face looked like. She had blue-green eyes and light eyelashes. "Oh, Mr. Jessup," she said breathlessly as she sat down. "Is there any news?" "No, I'm sorry," said Jessup gently. "There's no definite news. I just wanted to ask you the same questions in case you remember some small detail that could help." Yes, I understand," said Mrs. Betterton. "I don't mind. It's better than sitting at home wondering. Ask me any questions you like." "So, the last time you saw your husband was on the 23rd of August, when he left to go to a conference in Paris?" "Yes." "He went to the first 2 days of the conference," said Jessup, "but on the 3rd day he told a colleague that he was going on a boat trip on the River Seine. Does that seem likely?" "It is a little strange that he missed the conference," admitted Mrs. Betterton. "He didn't return to his hotel that evening," continued Jessup, "and he didn't travel to another country using his own passport. Do you know if he had a second passport in another name, perhaps?" No, of course not. And he wouldn't just go away without telling me." "Was his health all right?" asked Jessup. "Yes. He was working hard and sometimes felt tired. That's all," said Mrs. Betterton. "He wasn't worried or unhappy about anything, if that's what you mean." "Something must have happened to him." She opened her handbag and took out a handkerchief. "It's all so awful," she said, her voice shaking. "Something's happened to Tom. He's been kidnapped or he's dead." "Now, please, Mrs. Betterton, there's no need to think that your husband is dead. We would have found his body by now." She took the handkerchief away from her eyes and stared at him, suddenly angry. "I know what you think," she said, "but it's not true. Tom would never sell secrets or betray his country. He was a scientist, a brilliant scientist." "Yes," agreed Jessup. "He was a brilliant scientist. That's why he might have been offered a large amount of money to work in another country." "It's not true," repeated Olive Betterton angrily. "He would have told me. He would have given me some clue. But he told me nothing. I don't know where he is. He must have been kidnapped or he's dead. But I need to know."